Look, we got way too long, but we haven't even mentioned Battle of Ontario. Just how enthusiastic are you? Do you remember the last one? We're even in media. You're probably still playing the last time these two clubs played in the playoffs.
I was playing the last time. I said it on my show the other day. They were like, "Oh, Battle of Ontario." I was like, no team in the league when I was playing was afraid of either one of those teams, because I was playing in the West, and it was Detroit, and it was, like teams like that were super, super serious that went on to the Cup. So I was like, yeah, Battle of Ontario. People watched it because it was on TV and Hockey Night and that, but I was like, none of those teams were winning cups. Like those were the years of the Detroit dominance, and Colorado had a team, and Dallas and Jersey and all of that. But that being said, I'm in Ottawa today. I live in Toronto. Everybody's jacked up about it. I think it'll be great. I'm more in the camp. I think the Leafs would be favored like 60-40. You talk to any Leaf fan, it's just that Ottawa should just hand it to them in 3. And here in Ottawa, there's some optimism because the Leafs don't have a great record in the playoffs. So it's like, okay, it's weird because in Toronto, everybody's like, we got to play Ottawa. You got to beat, that's the team that you're going to beat. And in Ottawa, everyone's like, God, we hope we get Toronto, not those 2 Florida teams. So it is kind of lined up that both teams want each other based on what could be waiting for them in the second round. But that being said, I do think Toronto's better, but I think Ottawa is better in some positions. Like if you were doing a draft, I'd probably take Allmark slightly over Stolarz just based on experience, but Stolarz has had a great year. If I was drafting defense, I would take Jake Sanderson as my 1 over anybody else available on both teams. And I might take Thomas Chabot as the 2 with how good and how great of skaters they are. But that being said, you look at Tanev is a fantastic player and heavy, and Morgan Rielly's a good skater and has had 70 points in a season. So I think Ottawa's top 4 is better than Toronto's top 4, but I think Toronto's top 6 is better, and their D are just deeper because you got Oliver Ekman-Larsson in the 5 hole, and on Ottawa's side you got a kid named Tyler Kleven who's going to be a good player, and he's big and mean and stuff, but he's a rookie, like he's in his second year, so he doesn't have a wealth of experience. And up front, obviously Toronto's top 6 are better. The difference between Matthews and Marner as opposed to Stützle and Tkachuk, it's definitely a difference, but I don't know how much that gap is. Tavares and Nylander, and you're looking at Dylan Cousins and Drake Batherson, both had really good seasons too. So what's the difference? But I certainly give the hands down to the Leafs. But I would argue that the bottom 6 for both teams, that Ottawa's is better, because you've got David Perron and guys like that, Michael Amadio, Nick Cousins. Those guys have won cups, and they've had good seasons, and they play hard. And the bottom 6 of Toronto is still patchwork. You've got Pontus Holmberg and Yarncroke and guys like that who are good players, but they don't have a long history of playoff success either. So I when I come down to it, I think the Leafs are favored, but I don't think it's this, hey, hand the series to the Leafs and we'll see them in the second round. They got to go earn it.
So just one more minute because we've gone long. 30 seconds. We talked to Dregs Friday. What's the Brady Tkachuk status?
Yeah, how healthy?
Been skating with the team. So I'd be shocked if he wasn't there in game 1. Like I don't know the nature of the injury, but he was in a regular jersey yesterday skating with them. I haven't seen what they've been doing today skating, but I think Tkachuk will be available game 1.
Okay.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to check out more of our content right here on the Flames Nation YouTube page. We had a bunch of great long form interviews. You can check out some videos we've done as well outside of the studio. And of course, if you want more writing or merchandise stuff, flamesnation.ca or nationgear.ca. Appreciate you watching.